guys, and welcome back to Zolas Lab Free. It is Sunday, July 23rd, 2023. And as you can see, the underwater party has arrived. And will be here until August 6th. Before you ask, there are going to be plenty of activities throughout this party, okay? Maybe you may have not have asked that, but I did actually confirm in the Sunday log. 295 to be specific, that there will be some activities throughout this party. The first one is, well, you may notice there's something a little bit different about those roller coasters. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, we can't go this entire party without using the one potion that actually makes sense for this kind of occasion. Now, where is it? There it is. Splash Potion of Water Breathing. Do we have an actual potion of that outside of Splash Potion? There we go. We have Water Breathing. Now, I know you could go into the effects part of the command and do the exact same thing, but for the time being, we'll have it at this. I'll probably just set it to that off camera later. Regardless, this party took a good, let's just say, a good probably 8 to 9 hours. Of course, with some breaks in between, obviously. Regardless, here we are. Oh, looks like I never actually changed this. Okay, for the time being, I will change this to latest party, but I will change it in the next episode. Well, at least prior to the next episode. So for the time being, I'll keep it at this, but then obviously I'm going to move it over there. I just realized that, like, right now. And I'm not even going to bother fixing it. I mean, come on. Look at this. Look how freaking late it is right now. It's like 10:17 at night. This is wild. Now, I know there's already a ZL3 down there in Sea Legends, but why not? Plus, also, before this was barely lit up at all. So that was something. So anyway, as you may notice, obviously it is pretty clear Zolas Lab Free is completely underwater. And oh boy, it sure be. It sure be underwater, alright. That's meant to be actual snow. Oh, I get it, because I used powdered snow for that. That makes sense. There we go. Hopefully we never have to deal with that again. I will keep this in my inventory for the time being. By the way, this is the day 1 item, by the way. The Splash Potion of Water Breathing. That's the day 1 item. Pretty sweet. Anyway, it's actually much way more sick than you may think. And we got a lot of rooms to explore. Practically the entire lab is decorated for this thing. Okay, maybe except for the UFO and special labs and all the planets, but that makes sense considering those are all in space anyway. Anyway, that is besides the point. Let's get into it, officially. So as we can see, again, the entirety of Zolas Lab Free is underwater. And I guess nothing up here, apparently, outside of, I guess, those being updated, which are the window things. Oh well. Oh, give me just 1 second. Oh, there we go. Actually, yeah, I should probably keep that on the effect thing. But yep, the beacons do look pretty cool as well. Yep, there's seagrass literally everywhere. The logo looks like this, which is pretty awesome as well. That's what this looks like. But yeah, the roller coasters are actually colored now. Of course, this is because back then, of course, the only reason they were never colored in the past was obviously because there was no water around here in terms of where they were located. By that I mean there was just no water on them. But now, there is. 4.5 years later. Anyway, point is, this is how they would actually look like if they were colored. How freaking awesome is that? And that's the first activity. riding the colored roller coasters. Because they're finally colored. Good Lord, that feels good. To finally have them colored after all these years of just having them in their gray forms. Oh, by the way, I did forget to rebuild some of this, so I'll do this now. It shouldn't take long at all. Considering most of this is ironically not related to that. There we go. There we go. I think that's good enough. Now I'll probably still fix some of it off camera though, I will admit. Actually, let me just go ahead and do that. Alright, it's fixed. Alright, enough messing around. Back to the tour. We practically wasted the first 6 minutes doing practically nothing. That's actually annoying. Anyway. Oh! Frick! Alright, it just keeps getting later and later. I'll shut up about that now, I promise. Okay, in seriousness, the book is here and is in the library. Underwater Party. I couldn't space it in between, so that's what we had to do. Souls Set Free is underwater. Explore an underwater paradise and take part in many activities during the event. Here's the dates. July 23rd, July 25th, July 28th, July 30th, August 1st, and August 4th. Now, note that there are episodes on all 6 of those days. Just also keep in mind that none of these are missions and are fun underwater activities we can take part in. Once again, they are not missions. The next mission-based event for Souls Set Free is ironically, I think, either the Elemental Party or Prehistoric Party, but those are in like 1 to 2 months. Thank God. Upcoming events. July 30th, more underwater fun. That actually does reference this. August 6th, Underwater Party 2023 ends. August 13th, the Elemental Party construction will begin. And in 4 weeks, the Elemental Party will begin, which will introduce the Elemental Dojos. To make sure we don't drown, we've provided you a breathing potion to safely swim for the lab by Mr. Sheep. That can explain what this is for. You're welcome. Besides the point, that book is already in the library as in tradition. Alright, we got a lot to explore. And I only got like an hour to upload this before it goes out after midnight, so. Yeah, this took a while, as you can see. Yep, as you can see, the lab is literally, once again, covered in underwater. I know that's the 3rd time I've said that, but it's true, though. This took way longer than you think. Like I just said, 8 to 9 hours. But it looks so good! And you know what? Since I just swam back here, why not just showcase it? As you can see, this is the backyard. Looks very beautiful. It was a good way to also test out how they looked colored. By that I mean the coaster specifically. Give me just 1 second. There we go. That's not supposed to be like that until there. Anyway. This is lit up right here because this previously was like all dark over here. So I had to light it up. And over here is not updated despite it being underwater. Maybe in the next time. Maybe the next episode. But yep, this is how it looks. Looks very beautiful. Boy, this looks absolutely beautiful, man. Just beautiful in general. It's just so cool to see that all of this here. Regardless, let's go to the lab office. And we're kind of going in backwards order considering we just went into the yard first. I am surprised Mr. Sheep is surviving all of this. A few sheep, such as I think DJ Sheep and Librarian Sheep, did not survive, unfortunately. but I will respawn them at a later time. In fact, actually, let me give him one of those. There you go, bud. He shall hopefully survive that. Now that I think about it, I should probably give that to the rest of the guys. Anyway, it just feels so weird having this roller coaster colored now after all this time. It's only going to be like that until the 6th, and then it's just going to go back to the regular design. Ah, well. But I do think that this does look pretty cool. So, yeah. Obviously, like the water party ends those up too, the majority of the lights have been changed to sea lanterns, but that obviously makes sense. And yes, that's where this light is coming from, by the way. As follows. And you know, I'll place another one there just because why the frick not? Now, ironically speaking, this is not even updated outside of it being underwater. But actually, there is something that is updated here. Going on top, you may manage to notice how there actually is the windows, the roof windows are updated, or just the ceiling windows. Whatever you call them at this point. They're technically ceiling windows. But yeah, the only thing up here is the roller coaster being colored. I just forgot to add some other stuff here, but oh well. I can add that later. Anyway, this is how this looks. Looks very cool and very pretty. Now to the downstairs of the lab, because that's it for the upstairs. Down we go! Yep, here we go. You may notice, all of the ice is gone. Like, straight up, all of the ice is gone. Now, yeah, you were probably thinking, how was this party going to be possible considering this lab is practically made of ice? Yeah, at least the downstairs portion. Simple. Remove it all. And it shows. Before we continue, let me just head down here real quick. The HQ is not decorated because as you can see, there is no extra water down here. But we'll do this to HQ Secretary for no reason, despite her not being attached to the underwater portion. But this is how it looks for the map. Looks very cool. You can barely see anything considering there's like water everywhere. But that's as expected for this party. So I guess you get to escape the water for just a little bit. And yes, there's the book that we just saw earlier. Cool. Yep, let me just get rid of that. There we go. But yep, this is the library for the underwater party. It looks very cool and very interesting too. And yes, I did place sand everywhere because it makes total sense for this. And yes, the pool is open again because obviously, I mean, it had to at some point. And yes, this is even open as well. Like, all of this is open. And this is still all here from the summer party. So ironically speaking, you can get up here. You can tell this is made out of sea lanterns and the fire coral. Going over here into Rose Crystal's room, as we can see, it is all underwater themed, which is very, very cool. It's very, very cool. And then going into the clothes shop, which was ironically one of the last rooms I made, which I think the TV and game room, actually, sorry, the meeting room was the last one I did. I almost actually didn't even decorate those rooms, but then I realized practically the rest of the lab was decorated, so I had to do all of it. But this is how the clothes shop looks. The catalog will be updated again in around 2 weeks on August 6th. So that's cool. And then here's all the previous catalogs. Seriously, this looks amazing. Oh, that was before I changed it to this. Yeah, looks very cool in here. Alright, so that's it for that. Hope you guys like it though, as it took a while to do. Oh, right, in here as well. Yep, this is updated. And yes, before any of you ask, all of them are flooded. And by all of them, I literally mean all of them are flooded. Every single one. Oh yeah, that's before we changed it to Operation Multiverse. I'll change that on my own time. Yep, this is just literal proof that every single one of these are flooded. Just to prove I'm not lying. Oh, there's Goldie. Oh, so that's where everybody went. Except I realize this is the only room that never got flooded. Oh, right. We should probably give water-breathing potions to all of these guys. There we go. So I just realized that was ironically the only room I never ended up having flooded. Yep, everybody should hopefully thankfully survive down here. Aquamarines is the only one to have actual decorations. And it makes sense considering, well, it's Aquamarine. Of course they would have decoration down here. Actually, is Aquamarine around here anywhere? There's Aquamarine, let's frickin' go! But outside of that, the rest of these are just flooded as is. The underground party room is well decorated. I'll give you that. It is decorated for this party. Pardon me just 1 second. I just realized I should have added something here. Yeah, you see this? That's what I should have added. I should have added these. Just look how cool they're gonna be. Ah, hold on. Now that is way better. Now this room is complete. I can definitely feel this room looks complete. Yeah, it sure is. And of course we can just bypass all of this. But really though, it does look absolutely amazing. Yeah, now this room feels complete. We can just bypass all of this. We can even bypass the gate if we want. Actually, can we? No, unfortunately not. Snowland is the only one that is ironically not flooded because all this snow would melt. Now, I know what you're thinking. We have decorated Snowland in previous underwater-themed events. I guess we just didn't feel like doing it this time. But actually, I guess it is decorated, kind of. Because you may notice that this is ironically coming from this room. But why is it specifically? It is actually leading down to a room that is actually decorated for this thing. And that, I like to call Coral Cave. That's right, it is a cave full of corals, practically, if it wasn't already looking pretty obvious. Regardless, this is how the room looks, and it looks very, very cool. So what are your thoughts on all of this? Of course, back here has absolutely nothing, because it's just the lab history room. Can we get back in here by any chance? Thanks. But yeah, this is really cool. The ore room has been decorated and renamed to Coral Cave for this party. It looks super cool. Took a bit of time to do this. Notice how a lot of these rooms are actually fully decorated. Next up, we're going to be making our way in here. Yep, and the only reason that was never changed to this was because of the Snowland sign. But this is decorated. And it looks very pretty. This is decorated too. I think like the second to last room to be decorated during this party. And as I previously addressed, this was the last room I did prior to filming. So that's cool, right? Yeah, I know. Looks awesome. But yeah, this is so cool, man. The fact that I made all this possible is awesome. And we got one last room. The Coral Garden. That's right. The Coral Garden. You thought the Coral Cave was pretty cool? Yeah, this is the Coral Garden. It is just filled with corals. And remember how I said the coral fan items would be used too? Well, I wasn't kidding. I just didn't think I was going to use it like this. Regardless, this is the last room in the event. Like, literally, I'm not kidding. This is the last room in the event. And the fact that you can see the entire lab flooded from here is crazy. That is absolutely insane. I definitely got to show Rose Crystal this one day. Maybe in the next episode. Anyway. Seriously, this is amazing. The fact that this took me 8 to 9 hours is insane. And well, I can confirm that wraps up the tour. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Zoa's Lab 3. I really hope you enjoyed the video. What is your favorite room in the underwater party? It is truly something I had a blast making. And regardless, it is a very cool party. And yeah, with all that being said, I will catch you all in the next episode on July 25th for the next water-themed activity. See you all next time. Goodbye! I just realized I shouldn't have ended the video there because we still have the roller coasters to ride. Dang it! Actually, what am I saying? These are actually going to be really fun. Let's ride them. I just realized this was a mistake. They're extremely slow underwater. Not anymore, they aren't. Woo! I just gotta pray that this works. I may need to actually upgrade all of these during this party because we're in for probably the slowest roller coasters ever. Yeah, I saw that one coming. Woo! Boy! We're in for something. We are in for something, guys. Thank God there are so many powered rails around here. Because if there weren't, this would be extremely slow. Yeah, I think I regret making this now. Woo! Now that that insanity's over with, time for the other one. And this is to prove that I wasn't joking. You see, underwater, they're colored. On the outside, they aren't. Going back underwater again, they are colored again. That's how freaking awesome these things are. Now that's the end of the video. For real this time.